Hey guys, I'm Chris Tyrrell. I play with Lady A, and I've been a Vater artist since 2009, just about. I started playing when I was about 8 years old or so. My parents are both music majors. They were music majors and then masters in music education. So Dad plays piano, Dad plays guitar, Mom plays piano, and just grew up jamming with them and playing at church a lot with them. Did some lessons throughout high school. Basically from 8 on, I was doing lessons with different guys. I did some with an orchestral guy and all different books with him, Mark Foster, and then one of my biggest influential teachers was a guy named Katchadorian. I did a couple years with him in high school, kind of early high school, and he really got me into Garibaldi. He studied under Garibaldi when he was in college, so he had a huge influence from him, and totally passed that into my veins, and was one of the most influential teachers I had was studying through him and just teaching me feel and so much more about how to take stuff off paper and make it real and make it live and make it matter. So I love working with Leo. He's a great guy, and I did a ton of the Tower Power stuff, with studying that stuff, and his Future Sounds book, Garibaldi's Future Sounds book, was a huge influence to me. I think I always question how you say influences versus just favorite drummers, so I want to say mainly just influences first. Is definitely Steve Gadd. I think I listened to him more even before I knew it was him. Growing up was always James Taylor stuff playing, and Carole King, and a lot of stuff that my parents were always about was obviously what I was listening to growing up. So without knowing it, Steve Gadd was one of my first big influences, and then as I got older I realized that that's the mastermind behind the stuff I'm loving. So I think he and Garibaldi would be the two biggest that I listened to and really absorbed what they do and tried to chew on it and contemplate it the most. Then when I graduated high school, moved down to Nashville. I was 17, kind of graduated a little young, and made the plunge. Didn't have a car, didn't have my kit the first year. Went to Belmont University and just did business management, and really didn't play much that first year. Just kind of got to know people and was determined to not have playing be the only thing that I did or the only thing that I walked around saying I did. I just wanted to build relationships, and that truly worked out for the best. I think that's one of my biggest points that I'll preach about when people are asking me what they do or how to get into the scene and all that kind of stuff in Nashville, especially, is to try to keep the mindset of not just building relationships, but treating it like a business and making sure that you're not. If you want to treat it as a hobby, that's great, but don't expect to treat it as a hobby and make a living. You know, if you want to really dive in, you're not going to just start playing instantly, playing huge gigs. It is that gradual. People need to want you around, people need to want to hang out with you, people need to want to spend time with you, and that's where you start getting gigs and start getting busier. And that's what I got to do through school. Once I got my kit down there that second year, I really started playing more, and I had a whole network of people that knew me and I was friends with, and they had no idea I played. So it spiraled quickly from there. Once I got my kit there and got my minivan there, everything kind of took off from there, and I got my first country gig. Was actually did little stuff, you know, obviously played country stuff throughout school, but my first actual gig and, you know, arena opening gig was with Love and Theft. Back then they were a trio. I started with them in 2008, kind of right out of school. And then while I was on that gig was when I got connected with Chad and the Vater guys, and they've been taking care of me ever since, always hooking me up, even when I didn't deserve it. I still don't feel like I deserve all the love they give me, but they've been a huge support and taking care of me and helping me when I need stuff. So I went from Love and Theft and kind of got to open on a bunch of random tours with them, and bounced from them to filling in for Lady A. We were on a McGraw tour with them, and so I filled in for them for a month or two. In 2010, I guess it was, 2010, I filled in for them for a month. Then I went out with Josh Kelley for a couple months when he was doing kind of transitioning from pop to country, and he's still doing a bunch of country stuff. Went from Josh Kelley into Luke Bryan. I did Luke for 5 or 6 months while Kent was having some health issues, so I got to step in and help out Kent for that. And then after Luke went into Eden's Edge, another bluegrass country kind of group that I played with them on a Paisley tour and did some other stuff. And then out of that, in 2011, it was the summer of that Lady A called me to do full time. So that's been kind of the nutshell of progressions, and little by little, it's been a whirlwind. It's definitely been kind of kicking that snowball over the edge, and it's just tumbled down the hill. So. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been awesome chilling and talking a little bit about what I do. I hope you picked up on some stuff and can now go check out what's going to work for you at Vater.com. They have tons of awesome products that I could sit here for hours and talk about all the cool stuff I'm still discovering. So keep checking out their website, keep up with what they're doing and the amazing line of artists that they have and players. There's always constantly stuff to learn about and to see and to grow your sound and your career as a player. And come check us out on tour. Lady A is going to be on tour all through the summer, mostly just nationally here, so come out over, see us on the States here, and check out ladyantebellum.com for dates. Peace.